Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard, I'm Penge, and welcome back to Dredge, where we're back in our little boat again to have a look at the new Pale Reach DLC, which is the first proper bit of DLC released for Dredge, and the moment I saw this announced, I thought, you know what, we have to come back and play this, because Dredge is a fantastic game. We had a really good time with it on the channel, and the DLC is just an excuse to go and play even more Dredge, which all sounds good to me, and here we are ready to do just that. So what do we get with the Pale Reach DLC? We get a whole new area to go and explore. A great big cold icy land is out there waiting for us, so expect things like snow and ice and thermal underpants and all that kind of stuff. There are new people to go and meet, there's a new story to work through, and of course there will no doubt be a new big terrifying creature for us to bravely run away from. Won't that be fun? So here we go, without any further ado, let's get back in the boat. Okie dokie, here we go, all moored up at the Greater Marrow Dock, which is all very good because, you know, it's nice and familiar, we know where we are. However, there is a little bit of an elephant in the room, isn't there? Because if you recall, the last time we played Dredge, things didn't really end very well depending on your perspective. In one ending that we played out, the entire world ended because we raised some sort of gigantic big Cthulhu monster out of the sea that I think went and killed everybody, and in the other ending, we got killed because we got eaten by a giant fish. So it didn't really end well either way, depending on how you looked at it. But I think what's happened is we've kind of wound time back a little bit, and I think we're at the point before we handed over the final item to the collector. So I think if we look in our storage, I think, yes, we've got the antique pocket watch. So that was the final item that we handed over to the collector. So we've kind of wound time back a little bit, and we're just at the point before we did that. So everything's all fine. The Cthulhu monster's still out there under the water somewhere. We're still alive. We have our boat. It's all looking good. So where do we need to go then? How do we find our way to the Pale Reach? I think maybe the map might be quite good. So whereabouts is the Pale Reach? Can we find where it might be? I'm hoping there's a great big kind of marker. Ah, right, okay. A subtle marker over here. I suspect we might have to go south toward that. Possibly, it might be worth stopping off at one of these places first, because it's going to get dark if we try and go down here. And as we know, things are generally bad in Dredge in the dark. Bad things happen. So possibly, it might be worth heading over to there first, docking up there for a bit. I can't quite recall what's there. What was just there? Okay, I don't know what was just there, but something's there. Is that where there was somebody there? Was it the photographer possibly? I can't quite recall. But okay, we'll head sort of, pretty much due south. We'll go around the edge of the island, go due south, try and dock up here, spend the night there, and then make our way over on the next day, in the daylight again, to what I assume is the Pale Reach over here. If the Pale Reach isn't there, I am going to be very, very, very surprised indeed. So, okay, let's come out of here and, let's just head south then, shall we? Let us undock and we shall take our boat. Oh, it's good to be back in our little boat again. This is brilliant. And we'll head south. Okay, so let's just make sure we're going the right way and let's make sure we don't crash into any big rocks. Okay, so head south and, where's the marker then? So if we sort of head in that direction, I think we kind of just need to head sort of like this in that direction and we'll come to that island with some sort of dock on it at some point soon-ish. So let's just make our way over there. I think there are some things over there. There are some things in the distance. Is that we're looking at? Or can we see bits of the Pale Reach already? I'm not entirely sure. I think I might want to head sort of more over to the right. Is it that island we're aiming for? I'm not entirely sure. Are we heading in the right way? I think it is. I think it's that island we're aiming for. Okay, so let's dock up there. Do we need to dock up there? Maybe we don't, because our boat is quite quick now. It does get a bit of a chip on our boat. So maybe we don't need to dock up here. Maybe we are okay to carry on. Although, if we... Do you know what? No, we're not going to risk it, I don't think. Let's dock over here, look. We'll have a lovely sleep over here. And then the next morning, we'll head out over toward the Pale Reach. I don't want to get there when it's dark. Because A, we won't be able to see anything. Yeah, that'll ruin the impact of the beautiful snowy landscape. And B, it's going to be dark and scary and there's going to be a big monster and I'm going to get frightened. So we're going to go in the day, thank you. Right, there we go. We had a lovely time on the beach over here. We did some sunbathing. We made some sandcastles. We drank a lot of pina coladas. We had a lovely night's sleep. And now it's the morning of the next day, which means I think we can set sail for the Pale Reach. Here we go. Undock our boat, come round that way, and again, head south. Now I wonder... is that over there, that kind of point that we can see, which is just above the compass there off in the distance, is that part of the Pale Reach? Is that some sort of great big kind of ice mountain or whatever? Hang on. So yeah, we're coming toward it. There is something over there that we might want to go and look at. Oh, there's a whale. Hello, let's stay out of your way because you might damage the boat. I'm not quite sure. Okay, it's looking a little bit cold. Yep, the temperature has definitely fallen. Right, there's a little thing over here. It's our friend. Hello. Oh, this is good. Right, okay, good. I'm glad you're here. Right, pull up over here then. So let's talk to our merchant friend. Hello, how are you? A travelling merchant. Down here to investigate the ice field too. It seems to have appeared out of nowhere. My best guess is that it drifted up from the south. Ah, okay, so that's how they're explaining this is here now. Because, of course, we could have come here before and just done some fishing and it wouldn't have been here. So the ice has kind of drifted up from the south. Okay, that makes sense. Either way, I thought I should set up a pontoon here. But when I state my claim, I noticed some old equipment on the ice. Oh, yeah. Over there. Come and check it out when you get a second. In the meantime, I've got some new rods for sale. They'll be perfect for fishing in the ice around here. Ah, okay. Do we have to research that? No, I don't think we do. Okay, right, so hang on. Go over to the... where is it? The shipyard, isn't it? Is it the shipyard? Hang on a minute. Yeah, these things here. So, there we go. A barbed ice rod. Okay, catches ice. And then we've got a glacial lance. Oh, that's exciting. So hang on. The thing we've got now, the versatile rod, that can't catch things in the ice. Okay, so the barbed ice rod is just ice. What's that? Plus 19% fishing speed. The glacial lance, which is very dramatic sounding, is, plus 38% fishing speed. And it's ice and oceanic. Okay, so we'll get that one, because that's better. And it also takes up one less spot as well. The only thing is, where is it going to go? Where are we going to put this? We're going to have to get rid of the versatile rod, store that away somewhere, and then put that in over here, which is a little bit of a nuisance. That's a bit of a bother, but okay, so hang on. Can we uninstall that then, and just put that, put it into storage, and then... buy this. We've got a massive pile of money, so money isn't an object with this. So we'll buy that. So fit that in just there, please. Okie doke. Right, so it's about lunchtime now, but we do have a glacial lance, which sounds very exciting. Tempered steel allows its unusually slim rod to withstand the forces of large oceanic species. Okay, so 38% fishing speed. So why would you want that one when you can have that one? I don't quite know, but okay, never mind. Right, so we've got ourselves the tool to go and do some fishing. Is there anything else new that we might want to go and get? A brittle trawler net. Okay, yeah, we never really did much in the way of nets, did we? Not really so bothered about the nets. Look, yeah, they're just going to take up room over there. No, nets are okay. Any kind of new fancy lights? Anything new over here? No. Okay, right, that's fine. Okay, so come out of that. Is there anything we can do over here in the dock? No, nothing new there. Okie doke. Right, I think then we shall head over to the icy work site. Let's see what's happening here. The travelling merchant has crossed over to the nearby iceberg and is inspecting some old pieces of metal. You approach. It's so weird. This stuff seems old. Like, really old. She kicks a large sheet of metal, half embedded in the ice. A thin layer of snow dislodges, revealing lines of rivet holes. And come in here, look. Is it an old boat of some kind? And come in here, look. You follow her into a small makeshift shelter, ruined by years of harsh weather. Inside are some schematics nailed to a table, still barely legible. See how they angled these sheets? And the lining of the metal around the bow. Oh! It's like an ice cleaving thing. It's like they're going to make a point. Like a sort of a pointy triangle thing. And you can smash your way through the ice. Because look, there's ice there. But we can't drive the boat through that. Because, of course, it will crash and then we'll sink and drown. And that would be bad. However, if we make kind of a pointy metal, sort of, big pointy metal thing at the front of the boat, we can sail through it. Like a kind of I don't know what they're called, but yeah, they're boats like that, aren't they? They sort of force their way through the ice. Whoever was here, I think they were constructing an icebreaker. That's the word I was thinking of. Could you make another one using these plans? It would be useful if you could. Probably, but let me see. She trudges outside again and pastes out the length of the metal scraps on the ice. We've got most of the basic materials here already, but of course, we're missing the most crucial pieces. Well, of course we are. An icebreaker needs specially tempered angled metal, as well as components designed to minimise the impact to your hull. Well, of course it does. Okay, so pursuit added. I can't see any of those here, but whoever left all this stuff here, maybe they left other pieces elsewhere. Okay, or maybe you're able to find their old ship and salvage the icebreaker they already built. That would be convenient. Anyway, to build an icebreaker, these are the parts we'll need. Okay, icebreaker plough half, icebreaker plough bracing. Okay, so many icebreaker plough halves, and then an icebreaker bracing section in the middle. Okay, right, so not just stuff we could find lying around, just sort of, anywhere else. It's going to be specific to here. Okie doke, right, okay, we're done with that then. So what was the pursuit then? Got a new pursuit going on. What is that one? The Pale Reach, new thing. Find the icebreaker pieces. Okay, so we've found 0 and we need 3. Okie doke. Right, so where do we go for those then? Where are we going to look? Let's take a look at the map. Oh, right, okay, no, the map is completely useless. No help at all, just the question mark and the big kind of red scribbly circly thing. Okay, that's not going to help at all. I think maybe we're just going to have a little look around. So here we go. Undock. It is only midday, so we should be okay. And we know that that is just there. In fact, you know what? Pop onto the map. And let's put a marker down. Let's put a little kind of port marker thing just there, in case we do get a bit lost. Because, of course, we don't know where any islands are or anything on there. So let's do that, look. And I think, let's head through the middle. What was that just there? Oh, they've got little kind of spinny sort of ice tornado-y things going on. Is there anything in here that we can look at? So I think, when we have the icebreaker stuff, we'll be able to get through there, look. So we can kind of smash our way through that. But let's head over here. Look. I mean, there are some fish. There are also, is it worth trying the ice rod thing out? Is it worth it? Oh, okay. I don't know what they are, but let's give it a go, shall we? So grab. Okay, we've got ourselves. It literally is called an ice fish. It's an ice fish. Okay, that's very good. We'll grab some ice fish. We won't entirely deplete the stock. We'll just grab a few because it makes sense while we're here in an icy place to grab some ice fish. Okay, I was kind of hoping we'd find sort of an aberration-y one. Let's give it another go, shall we? Let's give it another go. Oh, we did. We did. A fractaline ice fish. That looks fantastic. Look at that thing. Crystals of ice pierce through its body, distorting scales, teeth and fins. It looks all sort of jiggity-jaggedy. That's quite impressive. I like that. That looks very good. Okay. So there's a new type of fish. Okay, so we can come along here, look. So if we were able to cleave through that, that would just make it an easier job to get through here, look. So there's a middle bit over there. Okay, keeping an eye on the time, of course, because we did do some fishing. Okay, we're going to have to take a very long way round. There's something over there, however. Do you know what? Is it worth just going for that right now? Where's the big terrifying monster? There's something there. Hello? Or there's something... do we need explosives for that bit? There's a thing here. Okay, inspect that. It's the photographer. Hello? What are you doing over here? How are you? Fisherman, I didn't expect to see you this far south. Well, this is a fortunate turn of events. There's a narwhal. Ah, hey, Mr. Narwhal. Somewhere in this ice field. I couldn't get any further in, so I've been trying to take a picture from here with no luck. Okay, that will make sense. I tried placing some scraps of fish on that ice sheet over there to entice it, but I didn't have enough to hold its attention for long enough. I only caught a glimpse. Okay. I don't suppose you have any fish you'd be prepared to donate to the pursuit of wildlife photography. Well, as it happens, yes I do. Fill the space entirely with any fish you like. I can't imagine the narwhal is too picky. Oh, okay, we'll just load it up with these ones then. We'll keep that one for ourselves. I want to sell that one because it's quite good to sell those. Yeah, just sort of showing them off. Going, look, it's a weird fish. Right, okay. So we need to go and get some more fish. I mean, there's probably some around. It would be good if we could do that first. So hang on, let's go to here. Are these ice fish? Yeah, okay, so we need 4 more of these. So that is 1. Then we're going to get another one. We're pretty quick at doing the fishing now. It's very speed. That's the 3rd. And get a 4th. Boop. Okay. It is getting a tiny bit late. Okay, but hang on. We're going to do this nice and quick. Let's do this quick. There's all sorts of like cracking ice sounds. It's like it's sort of breaking and such. Right, okay, here we go. So put that in, and put that in, and put that in, and put that one in. That's perfect. Now, cut your engines. We need to wait in complete silence. I don't know how to cut my engines. Oh, they've put it there, look. They've put it there. Okay. Right. Waiting inside. Oh, it's going to be incredibly late by the time this finishes. Shh. I think I hear something under the ice. Oh, no. It's probably a terrifying monster that's going to eat us. Okay, I don't think that's a narwhal. I think that's not a narwhal, is it? That's a terrifying monster. What on earth was that thing? I'm not sticking around to find out. No, neither am I. You are, though, because you're not moving anywhere. Right, that is the terrifying creature then, is it? A big, terrifying, whatever that was, thing with the big kind of spike on its head. I think we're going to head back home carefully, because there are many things around, many rocks and things. I'm going to say home, to the new pontoon, whatever it's called, the frozen pontoon or something. If I could find the way, that would be grand. Whereabouts is it? Right, over there. Okay. Oh, bother, hang on a minute. There's another corner around here. No, not that. Don't crash. No crashing is required. Let's not do any crashing. You can still see the lighthouse, look. You can still see the lighthouse. That's good. I mean, it's almost getting up time. It's almost getting up time. Hang on. We shall... what is it? The bleak pontoon. Yes. We'll have a bit of a rest. Just until 6. Just a tiny bit of sleep. There we go. Fish market. Let's go and sell that thing. Yeah, sell them all. It's not worth very much, but you know what? That'll do. And then, is it worth... Have we got... hang on a minute, hang on. Storage. We've got our big mouth of the deep sort of crabbing pot thing. It might be worth just using that. Let's just drop it over here somewhere and just leave it for a while. So I think if we put it here, look. So if we go to, where are we? There we go, crabbing pot. So, yeah, just drop that there. That'll do. Apparently, is that 100 meters? Okay, that's terrifyingly deep over there then. Right, okay. I mean, it is called the mouth of the deep, so that kind of makes sense. Right, let's go back through that gap that was just created by the terrifying new beastie thing that is going to dive through. Let's go through that gap and see what we can find. Hopefully, it's all going to be lovely. Maybe like a nice field of, I don't know, cuddly teddy bears and happy things and some lovely chocolates. Or is it going to be terrifying monsters? Right, we're through here. There is, ooh, there's like a frozen kind of thing over there. Oh, that's exciting. Can we head over there? Is Elsa over here? Hi, can I speak to Elsa, please? There is something golden over there. Okay, hang on. What's this? I kind of feel like we should do something with this. Oh, hang on. I just heard a noise. Is it a terrifying thing that we need to be worried about? Or is it just general noises? I heard a kind of a screeching sound. I think it's just birds. I'm hoping it is. Let's just dredge this thing. Ah, this might be one of the things that we're looking for. This might be, whatever it was, a piece of the sort of the icebreaker stuff. Yes, there we go. Okay. So if we can tuck that in just there, so an icebreaker plough half. Okay, so we've got one side, then we need the other half, and then the kind of the middle bit. But okay, look, there we go. That's something. That's a thing that we've found. That's a good start. Let's check this out, because this seems like an obvious point of interest. What is going on just here? Is anybody here? A cold wind whistles through the doorway of the only cabin still standing. Behind it, a frozen-over dig site is littered with tools and debris. Okay, so let's look in the cabin. You enter the small cabin. The door long since fallen from its hinges. A rotting table sits inside. A crudely drawn map of the area has been charted onto a scrap of paper. You attach it to your own map. Okay, we have a map. Okay, that's good. A large book sits on the table. It's well worn from the passage of time. You can still read the words Captain's Log etched into the cover. Okay, open the book. Its frozen spine cracking for the first time in decades. Which entry do you want to read? I mean, let's go in order. It makes sense to start furthest away and work your way forward through time. So, 30th of May, 1847, please. Oh, that's what it looks like. Okay, they've even put pictures in. And it's a good job they were good at artwork. Oh, look. They've drawn the thing that we just saw. that kind of definitely not a narwhal creature, arrived at the floating sea ice amidst a particularly thick fog. A few channels could be seen leading into the ice, though sizable chunks floating our way, posing a hazard. I have ordered us to moor against the outer ice wall while the engineers make adjustments to better prepare the vessel. Okay, so he is aware that they need to get their boat toughened up as well. Okay, 1st of June, the vessel was pursued by a particularly aggressive narwhal. It's not a narwhal. It's a terrifying monster that would like to eat your head. Some men placed fish on the ice nearby in an effort to distract it. It appeared to work, though only for a time. It resurfaced, and it is satiating repeatedly. Oh, is that what we're going to have to do? Have a steady sort of supply of fish somewhere to then constantly distract the thing? If we can't find a more permanent solution to the beast, we'll have to make sure we keep enough fish on hand to placate it. Okay, and then the final log on the 5th of June, so only 4 days after that previous one. As I lay falling asleep, the most almighty voice spoke unto me. It resounded from the thick ice below, at once both powerful and ethereal. There was no mistaking this as a trick of the wind, nor a jest by the crew. It did not pause for response or acknowledgement, but whispered a cryptic prophecy. Ooh, I love a cryptic prophecy. At first I could not make sense of it. 3 listeners shall hear the heart, and that I should indulge these listeners. Okay, it spoke of boundless wealth from the stars, and of eyes opening unto the world. The rest of my sleep was feverish, as my mind was plagued with the sound of the voice. It spun in my head, echoing ever louder. In the morning, the boatswain and the navigator came to me separately, claiming to have heard a sound like a heartbeat, as the men were digging yesterday. They indicated a desire to explore the eastern and western reaches of the ice field. I shall indulge them. Okay, so we've now got things on the east and west. Hang on, so have we got a map? Ah, here we go. Oh, I quite like that. That's quite good. So because it was a map that was in somebody else's book, we've taken it out and stuck it onto our own map, which is why it looks like it's kind of been tacked on. That's quite fun. So we've got 3 points of interest over there. So there's one there, and one all the way down here. Okay, it's only 10:26, so I think we should be okay. Ah, look, there's a terrifying narwhal death monster feeding point. I think possibly we should... Are there any fish? There's a few over there. It might be worth grabbing a few fish and just stocking that up while we're going by. Just because I'm now incredibly paranoid about that kind of thing. So here we go. We need to grab... I mean, if it's like the other one, it would be 8. Ooh, a posh one. Yay, we've got a fancy... Oh, no. It's an aberration one, an astral ice fish. Oh, it's got like... It's got a constellation in it. Constellations of light dance through its body, stitching fin to flesh and spine to bone. Oh, that's all a bit creepy, isn't it? It looks amazing. Look at the artwork on that. Oh, another one. A thawed ice fish. Globs of flesh drip from this fish. Its departure from the icy waters causing an instant irreversible reaction. It's melting. Okay, that's quite grim. Okay, that's depleted. We do need to find another spot where there might be some fish and then top up that sort of thing over there. Because otherwise, yes, we are going to get eaten by the terrifying narwhal things. Okay, there's some fish here. Ooh. Oh, that is a bit of a nuisance. There's something over there that we're interested in, but I don't know how we can get to it. Okay, never mind. Right, do some more fishing. So we've got what? So that's 5. Then we want to get another few more. I can hear I just heard a heartbeat noise. Hang on, how many fish have we got? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. We've got 8. Let's keep going. Let's just grab as many as we can. So as many as this spot has. And then we'll top that thing up. We'll grab a posh fish. Joe, that'll do. That'll do for now. Because I'm aware that the time is ticking by. So then, if we come over here carefully... We need the icebreaker thing, really, don't we? Good grief. Right, so pop into there. Looks like someone built a feeding station for that monstrous narwhal. Perhaps his appetite will be satisfied by an offering of fish. Yes. Okay, so we can't double-click or anything, so we have to kind of drag them over one by one. But that's okay. Right, load this up with fish. Right, there we go. 8 fish on there. That's all good. So hopefully that... It's right there. It's right there. It's right there. Running away, running away. But it's going over there. It's going to go and eat that thing which is good. Okay. Phew. Right. Is it okay? Has it cleared off? It's gone back under the water. Okay, maybe now it's not going to come and eat us. Okay, and now I think what we need to do is pop back over here then. So come back here. The sun is getting ever so slightly too low in the sky for my liking. So let's pull up at the dock and investigate this ice shard. Light pierces through the ice, intensifying and concentrating into a glow in the centre. A dark form takes shape against the light. Well, there's clearly a figure in there. There's clearly a person or a personoid thing in there. Place an ear to... Oh, no. I don't want to place an ear to the ice. I've seen horror films. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put my ear to the ice, and then a hand's going to come through the ice, and it's going to go around my head, and things are going to be bad. But the other option is step away. And that ends his thing. So do you know what? Fine. I don't want to. I'm reluctantly putting my ear onto the ice. A distorted voice echoes from within. Don't disturb the ice. Okay. Who are you? Captain. The expedition. Chart the ice field appeared suddenly through the ice. Oh. So it's the captain, but the captain is somehow alive in that ice. What happened here? It whispered, promised, stones from the stars. It knew 3 would hear the heart beneath the ice. So there's something beneath the ice, the heart. The voice grows louder. It commanded 3 listeners, 3 sacrifices for 3 eyes. Okay. I obeyed, but a 4th now sees forever. Futile. The shadow is silent for a time. Slumbering. Still. Should leave. It sees you before it whispers. What? Break the... I think that'd be a bad idea. I think breaking the ice would be a bad idea. No, we're not breaking the ice. That seems like a terrible thing. What was in our pursuit thing? Oh, just explore the area. Find whatever the voice in the ice was talking about. A voice speaks from within the ice in the central camp. Oh no, that kind of implies that we're supposed to go and break the thing. Oh, botherations. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to have a lovely night's sleep. There we go. Lovely and rested. I mean, it's a long sleep, but we were tired from the day before, so there we go. Right. And now, I think, can we undock and maybe try and go and find whatever that thing might be? That seems like a good plan. Ah, right, okay, our way appears to be blocked just there. So we are here on the map, look. So we're trying to come through that little kind of gully. Is that the right terminology? That little kind of pathway just there to try to get to just there. But our way is blocked. But there is one of the little kind of terrifying narwhal creature feeding platform things. So are we supposed to fill that with fish, and then one of the narwhal things comes along and then jumps on that, knocks down that wall, and then we can carry on our merry way? I think that's what we're supposed to do. Now, I have caught a few extra fish, and you know what? I did want to sell some of these, but I think we've got a decent number of these anyway. Look, so there's 1 there, there's 2 there, so we have got a few. So we need just 3 more. 3 more of those, and I think there were some back here. I think we went past some. There's a few little sort of fishing spots around here. So let's see if I can find... There, around this corner. Look, that'll do. So pop over here. Now, are they the same thing? They look like the same type of fish. That's all we've found around here so far. Just loads of these ice fish things. Right, so 1 there and 1 there. So that's another 2. And then I think it was a 3rd, wasn't it? Okay, so there's the 3. So I think then we'll go back round, load up that platform thing, then the big terrifying narwhal monster can come along and have some food, knock that little sort of ice wall down, and we can go through. At least I think that's what's supposed to happen here. The game is sort of hinting at that, isn't it? Right, so like that. So that's done. No more fish will fit on the pile. Right, terrifying monsters coming this way. Can we... I can't move. I can't move. Okay. Right. It didn't come for us because it had food to it. Okay, that should keep it satisfied, at least for a little while. I didn't like that game. I didn't like that. You made us frozen. You made us stay still while a big thing was jumping around at us, and it made me nervous. Okay, right. Here we go. Let's go through here then. So now, hang on, so do we need to... It's kind of straight on. There should be a hole in a wall. There, over there, look, another thing we have to get through. Oh, hang on. There's a shiny thing over there as well. Right, what's in here? Ooh, a big crystally shiny ice thing. Well, there's something just there that might be interesting. Okay, is that another piece of our kind of ram type thingamabob? I think it might be. Hang on a minute. Let's just keep that going. Just grab that. There we go. Right, so we've got... it's the other half of that bit. Okay, so we've got the two sides. We now just need the kind of middle bit. Can we sort of build that? Can we build that in here? That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? So put that like that. That can then sort of go like that. Yeah, so it's a little bit in the middle there. And then we've got our kind of icebreaker scoop type thing. Okie doke. Right, so what do we do with this? With this terrifying looking thing? I mean, is there going to be somebody in it? The other sort of stone ice thing had somebody in it, of course. What do we... hang on. Yeah, there's another thing just there. That is a giant hand. That's a giant hand. That is a huge, gigantic, clawed hand coming out of there. Right, there's a little camp, a tiny kind of docking point thing. You dock against a small platform of ice formed around a gigantic, clawed hand. Okay, I don't like it, game. I don't like it. You're not the first to find this place. Remnants of a long abandoned camp litter the ice. Okay, so... let's have a look. Oh, frozen equipment. Okay, there are very few pieces that still remain. Whoever made camp here was poorly prepared. Inside a small bag, you find a leather-bound journal. Which entry do you want to read? Okay, right, so, 4th of June. So that's before the last entry in the previous book we read. Okay, so what's happening there? The men spent the whole day digging. They passed up chunks of ice, some as brilliant as crystal, others of a deepest blue more beautiful than sapphires. But none held the glow that we had seen in the night. However, I did note a disturbance in the ice to the west. It began as a periodic distant rumble. As the men dug deeper, the pulsing quickened, strengthening until I could see the ice shifting on the surface. I shall have to inform the captain. It may well be the narwhal creature we saw earlier, though this did seem much larger. I think this is all connected. I wonder if under the ice is a gigantic monster, and this is one of the monster's claws. Is it kind of stuck under the water in the ice? And it's like a literal gigantic huge beast. Oh dear. Okay, as I write this, I can already feel my eyes closing. It will have to wait until the morning. Okay. So then we've got 7th of June. So not many days after. This morning the captain appeared out of the fog, rowing alone. Apparently the boatswain remains at the camp in the east, waiting for nightfall. They were unsuccessful in their search, but it does make sense that the lights would be more visible at night. Tomorrow we're to journey together to the west, toward the shifting ice that I reported. Okay, we are toward the west now, are we not? This is the western point of interest. Oh, okay. So somebody's come this way, so this is to the west. So I assume the 8th of June is going to be, we're over here at the west. We are alone on a small island of ice. After hours of rowing through narrow channels, it rose through the fog, a gargantuan, monstrous claw reaching from the deep. Whatever creature it once belonged to must be long dead, as the claw is frozen solid. No, this is the world of Dredge. That thing can come back to life and do whatever it likes, because Dredge magic. I wanted to turn back immediately, but the captain insisted we investigate. He's on edge, his head turning this way and that, listening for the slightest sound. He's convinced something will happen after dark. As the last light from the cold sun fades, I have the sense that it will be a long night. Okie dokie. Right, so leave that. Right, ice shard. There is a person in the ice shard, and a natural spire of ice stands above scraps of snowed-over equipment. A dark shape twists within. Fine, I'm going to listen to it. A voice calls out, distant and distorted. Trapped forever. This prison. Get me out. Break it. Somehow. Free me. Okay. Who are you? The navigator. Find safe passage. Chart the ice. It came from beyond. Break it. Somehow. Free me. Okay, what happened? The digging. The cracked ice. Like a web. Awoke. The ice heart. See, it all kind of ties together that this is all connected. I think under the water, there is the actual beating heart of whatever this claw belongs to. It's a bigger creature that's somehow preserved, and it's kind of frozen, but it's still alive. That's what I'm thinking, anyway. The ice heart, I told him, whispers in the west, took the boatswain east, returned alone. The dark figure shudders, sending vibrations through the ice. The next day, rode here. The captain saw the claws, gripped my soul. He insisted. Made camp, shadow of the beast. Waiting for the stars. In the night I saw his shape, suddenly swallowed by the cold. In the dark, he left me. Break it, somehow free me. Okay. I'm getting the impression that we have to crack the ice and free these things. I don't really want to, though. I feel slightly scared. Do we go and explore the other one? So we've seen 2 people trapped in ice. We know there's 3. So we've got the navigator, the captain that we've seen, and the boatswain has gone over to the east somewhere. So maybe we're supposed to go and find the boatswain. Hang on, we'll come back and do that. So yeah, so that's one of them. So I assume that's going to be where the boats are. So that's the captain. That's the navigator. The boatswain's going to be there. So what's that? There's another point to the south. What's that point there? Oh, crikeys. Okay. Maybe we head down to that point in the south, because I think we should be able to get there. Although it is quite late. Do you know what we're going to do? Again, we're going to play it nice and safe. It's time for an early night. Let's hope the boat's got some good heating and we have got our thermal pants on, because, yeah, there's no way we're going to make it all the way down there and round in the time we had. So, yeah, let's just have a nice brand new day. No rush at all. There we go. Right, undock, and we will have a little poodle about over here and hopefully not get caught by the terrifying monster thing. Okay. So I think, Joe, actually, if we're going past some fish, I'm expecting there to be lots of those kind of barrier blocker things. So maybe if we can just grab a few more fish, just to help us out a little bit with that, that would be quite useful. So hang on, let's just grab some fish before we go. Okay, we've got 6 fish from there, so we do need to pick up a few more just so we can break through another barrier thing. So yeah, we're going to have to go round here and then to the right and then just sort of keep going down that way. Okay, so along here, look, it's very pretty. It does look very lovely. Okay, I don't think we can get around there. So I don't think, no, we need the sort of ice breaking kit to go that way. Okay, right, this makes sense then. So I think we head on. Hang on a minute. Hang on. There's some fish here. Grab these. Oh, these are different fish. Okay, these are toothfish. Okay, I can see why they're called toothfish. Okay, they're quite big, but that's okay. We haven't got room for another toothfish, I don't think, unless we can sort of rejig where we're storing these things. No. Do you know what? We'll just keep one toothfish for now. That's okay. You can remain there, toothfish friend. So I think we now need to head to the east and find the boatswain. That's what we need to do. So yeah, is it that way? Is it this way? Yes. Okay, right. So do the same thing again with this. So let's pop all these things on here. So that's quite good because that takes up a good sort of chunk of the space there. So deliver all these fish. So boop them onto there. Wonderful. Now we have the terrifying thing where the creature's going to appear. Is it? There we go. I don't like it. Please let us reverse game. Okay, right. That's done. We are now hopefully not going to get attacked by the creature again. So go to here and head around to the right. And I'm expecting another big kind of formation of some kind. So hang on, is it straight on? There, it's another claw. There's a big creature under here, isn't it? There's a gigantic creature. That's what we've got here. Okay, it's the middle bit. Okay, this is quite good. That's the final thing we need. So just grab this from under the water. Okie dokie. There we go. So we can now take that back to our sort of travelling merchant friend, and they can hopefully fit that to the boat, which is good. However, there is another big claw. There's another gigantic claw just there. Again, feeling rather uneasy about it, but okie doke. Another makeshift camp constructed in the shadow of a frozen clawed hand. Someone was seeking these out. Okay, so look at the equipment again. You rummage through the small pile of equipment in the snow. Most items are stuck fast in the ice, but inside a small backpack you find an old journal. Okay, right, it's a similar format to before. 2nd of June. Okay, so these are all... The time periods are sort of, all kind of mixed together. Okay, 2nd of June. The captain ordered us to make camp on the ice in the centre of the lagoon. After we saw those lights in the ice, everyone's got treasure on their minds. Treasure hunting isn't exactly what the expedition was commissioned for, but given the captain gets the lion's share of whatever we find, it doesn't surprise me that he's willing to bend the rules a bit. We'll start digging after the camp's done. Okay, so next up, spent the day digging down in the ice, shovels and ice picks. Can't remember the last time I was this tired. We're only allowed 2 short breaks all day. Down in the pit, as I rested with my back against the ice, I started hearing something. Oh dear, is it a heartbeat? It was different to the sounds of the picks. They were short and sharp. This was low, a rumble from deeper down. Was it just your stomach and you were hungry? On my first break it was occasional, only a few each minute. By my second break it had quickened like a heartbeat. Okay, then the 5th of June, the captain overheard me telling some others about the sound I heard in the pit. Before I knew it, I was in front of his desk, sure I was about to have my pay docked. To my great surprise, he seemed to know something of it already. He was keen on hearing it described over and over. Of course, because he sort of heard it as well, didn't he? And he had it in his sort of dream. He wants me to help locate the source of it. When he pressed me on it further, I said that it did seem to be coming from the east. Okay, tomorrow we're setting off to see if we can find it. Perhaps I shall get a bonus after this is done. And that's where we are now. Okay, so we are here to the eastern terminus, okie dokie. I assume if we head down there, that's going to be blocked off. Okay, let's go and check. Let's go and check, shall we? We've got plenty of time, he says, potentially to the end of the day. So you head to the south. I assume that's going to be blocked off with ice or something in the way. Okay, hang on a minute. This is not what I thought. Yeah. Okay, ice that way, and that way is completely blocked. Okay, never mind. Right, I think now we've got all the parts to make our kind of, mega snowplow thing. Let's go and get that done, shall we? Let's nip back to see our friend over at the pontoon and get them to fix us a great big kind of ice ram type thing on the front of the ship. That sounds like quite a good plan. Okay, here we are at the bleak pontoon. Okay, I don't think we've got any fish to sell, have we? We've got one. Do you know what? Just sell it for a tiny bit of money, just to make a little bit of cash. And then, is it Icy Work site? Here we go. Yeah, so we need to drag these into here. So we've got that bit, got the kind of middle bit. Oh, hang on a minute. You want the middle bit, and you want that bit there. That's everything. Let me just warm my hands up a little, then I'll get started. Okay, so the icebreaker's being installed. It takes a long old time working late into the night. All right, I think that should do it. The front of your ship can now break through chunks of ice. Okay, that's going to be really handy. Go ahead and test it out. I'll be watching from here. Okay, we're going to test it. We're going to go to bed now. We're going to go to bed because it's late and I'm scared. And now we're going to have a little look. Oh, I forgot to mention, just let me know if you want to temporarily remove the icebreaker. I can swap it out at any of my pontoons. Okay, right. So if we were to go somewhere else, back into the regular part of the map, we could take that thing off. Okay, that's fine. But look, there it is. Okay, well, hang on. Icy Work site's now kind of flagged up. I've been looking through the schematics we found before, and there are plans here for another device too. Oh, they're for an ice shaper. That's different to your icebreaker, by the way. It's for cutting chunks of ice. If you find the missing device, I'll be able to use the machine to harvest ice blocks for refrigeration. Okay, the blocks of ice can be packed into your cargo to slow fish spoilage. Pretty handy, right? Oh, okay. So we just put the fish on ice, and then it'll last a bit longer. Okay, that's what the missing ice shaper looks like. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll try and find one. We haven't got one now, but we shall give it a good look. Okay, so I would like to try, I think, to go through here. Because at the moment, we kind of have to snake all the way around this kind of route here to get down into the main bit. It would be easier if we could just plough our way through the middle. So hang on, how does this work exactly? So we're just going to go through and they just kind of explode. We're not taking any damage. I'm a little bit afraid that if we go too quickly, we are going to take damage. Now, that is a rock, I think. Oh, hang on, or is that a piece of art? We're going to try and ram into it. Okay, that's gone as well. Okay, so we can get through all of the ice. Can we go through at speed? Yes, we can. Okie doke. Right, so now we can get through various sort of, paths that were blocked before. So we know that we can get through that little bit over... where was it? No, down here, wasn't it? There was a bit... No, there. It was just there. So we can now get through there. But also, I think we can get through here and go and look at that final sort of marker thing. Because there is something down there. And I'm not quite sure what that is. Hang on, can we find out what it might be if we look at the pursuits? So find the ice shaper. Maybe that's where the ice shaper is. Possibly. I'm not sure. And then, yeah, just explore the area. So a voice speaks from within the ice in the western bank, wants to be freed. That wants to be freed. Okay, fine. There's all sorts of things that would like to be freed. And I'm too scared to do it because bad things might happen. Okay, I think then we nip down here and try and make our way to that, because that does seem like the next logical thing to do. We know what these are, the western, central and eastern kind of points. What's that one there? What is down there at the southern point? Let's go and find out. Okay, here we go. Loads of ice that we should be able to smash through. I'm a little bit concerned that the ice is going to be disguised as rocks at some point, and we're going to end up damaging the boat. But it looks to me like all the kind of floaty bits are loose ice. It's very pretty where we are. Look at it, it's all sort of lovely glowing ice and such like. Nope. No, not enjoying whatever that is. Oh, they're eyes, aren't they? They're gonna be eyes. It's like its head or something, is it? Is that some sort of creature's head? Oh, I don't like that at all. What is that? Oh, okay, right, fine. There's another thing in the ice over here. Right, okay. Can we have a diary and all that kind of stuff? Right, pull up at the dock. Here we go. Pop up to there. Right. That, I don't know. Oh! Okay, that is a giant creature's face. Because there its eyes, and there its... There's teeth. There's giant, big, gnashy, smashy teeth. I do not like it. Oh, the eyes are... They're moving. Okay, the creature is alive in the ice. Okay, this is... This is incredibly unsettling. Okay, ice shard. A spire of glassy ice stands in the shadow of the cliffs. Across the water, a monstrous visage peers from an icy tomb. Yes. Okay, if I'm going to put my ear to it, a sound of anger lashes from within. Murderer, betray your men. Left us here, your sleepless god. The voice abates. Wait, your shadow, it speaks. Another shape. Please, save us all. Find the axe. Undo this. The betrayer. Oh, okay, so we can't break this ice. I assume that if we try to break it, it's going to say, no, you can't because it's, magic ice or something. We need a special axe. Okay, who are you? First officer. Safety of the crew. Failed them. Should have. Cursed place. Find the axe. Okay, what happened? The men saw lights. Southern cliffs at night. Captain and I would look into. We rode alone. He was restless. Sleepless. We passed walls of ice. Finally arrived. The great horn. Into view. Yeah, because there is a big horn at the top there, like a giant horn. The words drift in, some carried away on the wind. Pulled ashore quickly. The size of it, the light. Somehow he knew eyes were wild. He was whispering, answering. He said it chose him. Alone. Avert my eyes, could not help. Look upon. We fought, cold hands, an iron grip, breathless. Okay, so did the captain betray everybody? What's that thing in the ice? The shape in the eye shrinks into itself. I know not. The eyes open. Watching, shadow of shadow through the ice. Yet more. Closed still. Oh, it's got more eyes, has it? Oh, wonderful. It cannot arise. Break the ice. Cold the heart. Find the axe. Okay, I'm going to try and break the ice. And I imagine it's going to say, no, you can't. You're going to try your hardest, but you can't do it. Must not. Fully awaken the eyes. Close them. Strike the heart. Ah, okay. So now we need to find some sort of axe-type device. Okay, we don't have one of those. Yeah, must not fully awaken the eyes. Close them. Strike the heart. Find the axe. Undo this. Okay. Right. So we've been to each of the 4 sort of locations. And now we know there are people trapped in the ice at those 4 places. And over here there's a claw. Over here there's a claw. Down here there's a giant monster's face. I can't quite recall. I assume there's something in the central camp. I assume there's something there. like kind of the monster's leg or something. I'm not quite sure, but I assume there's one just there. So we might have to go and check that out as well. Okay, so we're essentially sitting upon a gigantic monster that's been frozen in the ice. Well, isn't that fun? Okay, wonderful. Right, terrifying monster over here. The whole thing is a big terrifying beastie. Marvellous. Okay, I think we'll finish things up for the moment here at the Pale Reach, but we are of course going to come back and finish this off. We have to figure out what's going on, but I really don't like those eyes. I genuinely find that quite unsettling. It's just the fact they're moving ever so slightly. They're not blinking, and they're not kind of flicking around erratically. They are just moving ever so slightly, just, moving around a tiny bit, just to make it very, very unnerving. It's what Dredge does very, very well. It's sort of, slightly sinister and unsettling, and I find it just all very odd. But there we go. So we are going to come back. We're going to come back and just figure out what's going on here. We have to find the heart and do something to that to, I don't know, kill the monster before it kind of breaks out the ice. We have to free all these people that are trapped in the ice shards. And we've got to see what else is going on as well. There's some sort of ice machine we need to go and find. So we can make blocks of ice as well. Will that come into play with other stuff later on? I do not know. But we are going to come back and find out what's going on. Hopefully you have enjoyed this little trip back into Dredge. It's been lovely to come back. It's not really been that long since we finished up, but it has been good to come back to it. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do leave a like. That would be most marvellous indeed. And if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with how we get on here next time out in Dredge with the Pale Reach DLC. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time.
Charlotte was murdered by Martin. Do we need to arrest Martin? Aaron was murdered by Martin. The mighty defence rectangle has been completed. We've crashed into a ship over there. Hello, pirates. They're just firing bits of explosive junk. It's killing quite a lot of pirates. Connor was strangled by Martin. Somebody stop him. I'd love to stop him.